Blue Lock Season 2 opens with a flashback of Itoshi Rin playing soccer with his older brother Sei when they were younger. Sei defeats Rin in a one-shot match and mocks him, questioning what he's been doing in the 4 years he's been away. Rin is visibly frightened and insecure next to his brother, which sets the tone for his character in the present moment. In the present, Jinpachi Ego receives a call from the Japan Football Union. As the captain of the Japan U20 team, Sei is being used to hype up the upcoming match between them and Blue Lock. Ego's superiors are happy that the financial success of this match will help recoup the money he's lost, but Ego remains convinced his players can defeat the U20 and keep Blue Lock going. Blue Lock is here to transform Japanese soccer, he declares before the opening credits play. Ego speaks to the 35 strikers left among the 300 originally recruited into Blue Lock. He tells them they'll be facing the U20 team, captained by Sei. He reminds them that defeat will mean the end of Blue Lock and their soccer careers, but victory will allow them to replace the U20 team as Japan's representatives. The series' main hero, Yoichi Isagi, reflects on how far he's come. He hasn't forgotten that if he loses, he'll be barred from ever representing Japan. Raichi Jingo questions how they'll be able to form a team when everyone in Blue Lock is a striker. Gin Gagamaru believes that it can't be done, and Aoshi Tokumitsu thinks they have no chance. Ryujubei, meanwhile, relishes the challenge. Ego shuts them all up and says he'll call out the names of the 6 players making the core team. Blue Lock's 6 current best players are revealed: Itoshi Rin, Shido Ryusei, Karasu Tabito, Otoya Eita, Yukimiya Kenyu, and Nagi Seishiro. Isagi is disappointed in himself for not cutting the cut. Kenyu questions his placement, wanting to know why he isn't number 1. Ego explains it's because only the top 2 scored against the World 5 at the end of Season 1. The rest of the decisions were made through a combination of World 5's evaluations, total goals up to this point, and Ego's arbitrary decision-making. The top 6 players in Blue Lock are split into 3 teams: Team A, Team B, and Team C. The remaining 29 players must decide which team of 2 they want to join. They will all play one 5-on-5 match with the pair of their choice and be given one chance to prove themselves worthy of joining the Blue Lock 11, with 10 total teams being formed. Because of the odd number of players, the UMA7 runner-up, Bachira Meguru, will play twice. Isagi is insecure about having been playing alongside Nagi, Bachira, and Rin, now knowing they're all better than him. Ego sends the top 6 to another room, reminding them these placements aren't fixed, and anyone can lose. Ego then gives a message to the remaining 29. The key to winning is assertion and coexistence. They must prove they're irreplaceable to the top 6, but also subjugate them and prove why they're better. The 29 remaining players go to have lunch, which just this once is an all-you-can-eat buffet. The former Team Z goofs around together, with Isagi sitting down next to his friend Bachira and trying to get Gagamaru to use chopsticks. Together, they reflect on how not every member of their old team made it this far, with Naruhaya, Kuwan, Imamura, and Lemon all having been eliminated. Isagi is especially sad about the elimination of his friend Kunigami from the hands of Shido, and Bachira is also surprised by his elimination. Chigiri Hyoma is dour, knowing it's all over if they lose this upcoming match. They can only worry about themselves. Raichi asks who everyone is teaming up with Gagamaru answering that he's undecided between Team B and Team C. Bachira decides by ladder lottery since he's playing twice. Raichi taunts him, jealous of his placement, and Bachira proudly declares himself an egoist. He asks Chigiri, who isn't sure. Chigiri then asks Isagi, who's nervous, but Bachira steps in to guess he's either joining Team A or Team C for Rin or Nagi, respectively. Isagi asks how he knew, and Bachira answers that he knows about the excellent combination plays he can make with Nagi, but that he also knows Isagi would love to challenge himself by playing with Rin. Kenyu introduces himself to Nagi as his new partner. Nagi is more concerned with the game he's playing on his phone. Shido greets Rin, but Rin ignores him, angering Shido. Shido asks if Rin likes explosions, and when Rin tells him to get lost, Shido attempts to kick Rin. As Rin dodges, Ada enjoys the show and Karasu encourages the others to let them be, knowing it's best for him if they take each other out. Rin and Shido begin to fight, but they're quickly broken up by Ego. Ego speaks to the top 6, complimenting them as the best pairs he can think of to play in an experimental attacking style. He wants to see new attack patterns from them in their upcoming matches. Ego reminds them all that they cannot not allow anyone to steal their top 6 spots, other than each other. Never forget the soccer you create will be the sword that destroys Japanese soccer, he tells them. Isagi tries to figure out what Ego's instructions mean as he brushes his teeth, with Shui Baru mocking him for doubting himself. Baru knows he's not teaming up with Nagi after their last game together, and he's confident he'll be the best no matter what team he's on. He questions why Isagi isn't one of the top 6, thinking that, as his rival, he should be better. Iki Nico borrows Isagi's face wash and comments that he thinks they're being tested on how well they gel with the top 6. Nico is choosing whoever lets him stick to his style, because Isagi taught him the lead role is something you steal. Nico asks Isagi to leave, not wanting him to see him wash his forehead, with Isagi unsure of why Nico is embarrassed about this. Isagi knows it'll be hard to show off playing with Rin, which makes him think he should join Nagi. Ryo can't decide either. Isagi thought he'd definitely be teaming up with Nagi, which Ryo mocks him for, as he's the one who drove the two apart. Because Nagi chose Isagi over him in the second selection, Ryo thinks he belongs elsewhere. As much as Ryo wants to get back at Nagi, he also feels like he's fallen so far behind his friend that he'll never be able to catch up, and while he doesn't want to miss the chance to play with him for potentially the last time, he also doesn't want to show how weak he is. Isagi makes up his mind based on what Ryo says, with it seems like he's chosen Nagi. The next day, everyone gets dressed as the morning announcements are made, and they're summoned to the hall. The teams are displayed, and Isagi is revealed to have joined Team A so he can play with Rin. Bachira also chose Team A. Baru, Raichi, Nico, and Shigiri all chose Team B. Zantetsu, Gagamaru, and even Ryo joined Team C. Isagi flashes back to Ego's instructions and thinks that he needs to wedge himself between the top 2. Elsewhere, the Japan Football Union Special Advisor, Buratsuta Hirotoshi, speaks to the U-20's manager, Hoichi Seiji. Buratsuta wants Blue Lock crushed, stomping on their pamphlet. He hates the idea of a group of weird nobodies taking over Japanese soccer. Leaning in with an evil grin, Seiji mocks them as nothing but idealists. Buratsuta laughs manically and compliments Hoichi the Earless for only listening to him. They're counting on Sai to destroy Blue Lock, and he's happy to help. In the mid-credit scene, the top 6 try to figure out their sleeping arrangements. Rin's suggestion of getting a room for himself is shot down, as is Nagi's suggestion of rock, paper, scissors. They decide to point to who they don't want to go to room with, and they all pick Rin. Kenyu pairs up with Rin so he doesn't get a room to himself and invites Nagi to join them. Nagi agrees, not wanting to cause a hassle. And that's the end of this episode. If you want to watch more Anime Explained videos, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow our Instagram page and join our WhatsApp group for the latest updates.